Good morning, Faith Bible family, and welcome to week 19 of our Psalms on the Porch series. I hope that you're all staying safe and healthy, but just as a reminder that if you're struggling right now feeling alone, or if you need anything, please reach out to the church because we would love to come alongside you any way we can. Today we're in a psalm that's so appropriate for the times that we live in. Psalm 46 has been a call to trust in difficult times for thousands of years, and it's just as true now as it was when it was written. So we're in Psalm 46 this morning. Let's go ahead and read it together. God is a safe place to hide, ready to help when we need him. We stand fearless at the cliff edge of doom, courageous in sea storm and earthquake before the rush and roar of oceans, the tremors that shift mountains. Jacob wrestling God fights for us. God of angel armies protects us. River fountains splash joy, cooling God's city, this sacred haunt of the Most High. God lives here, the streets are safe. God at your service from crack of dawn. Godless nations rant and rave, kings and kingdoms threaten, but earth does anything he says. Jacob wrestling God fights for us. God of angel armies protects us. Attention all, see the marvels of God. He plants flowers and trees all over the earth, bans war from pole to pole, breaks all the weapons across his knee. Step out of traffic. Take a long, loving look at me, your high God, above politics, above everything. Jacob wrestling God fights for us. God of angel armies protects us. This is another one of those psalms that is so familiar that we miss the radical things that it says, which is why Eugene Peterson is so helpful in getting us to see maybe a different side of it. This psalm is actually an extended meditation on Exodus chapter 14, verses 13 and 14, a defining moment in the history of Israel. The people had just come out of Egypt and were standing on the shore of the Red Sea when all of a sudden the Egyptian army rushes down upon them. And they are caught between a sea of hostile people on one side and a sea of hostile nature on the other. But Moses assures them in verse 14, "The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still." So in this psalm then, the sons of Korah draw the lessons of that historical moment to a cosmic scale. We stood fearless on the shore of the sea, so we now stand fearless at the cliff edge of doom, because God is a safe place to hide and is ready to help when we need him. Because God lives among us, our streets are safe, and the nations can rant and rave however much they want, but the earth still does what he says. But the call to courage isn't all that Exodus chapter 14 gives for us to do. It also called Israel to be still. Step out of traffic, take a long look at me, your high God, is what this psalm tells us to do today. Above politics, above everything. Be still and know that I am God is how it's traditionally translated, and we still need to hear that. And even though we've had an opportunity over the last 19 weeks to be more still and more quiet than we have been in years, how many of us have actually taken advantage of it? Instead, we drag the traffic into our living rooms and allow our minds to be held captive to the noise, even if we have to create it for ourselves artificially. And I'm guilty of this as much as anybody else. So we need to hear the call of God again, to step out of traffic, to look at him again. Take the opportunity for stillness today. God bless you. We'll see you Sunday for the live stream or in person, and then on Saturday, 6 p.m. for the special baptism live stream.